Hello, everybody. GL1 here. Welcome to the premier online toy museum. And today I'm going to introduce you to the brand new and probably still hard to find Nanotyrannus toy. And I just lucked out into walking into Target and finding this. It was $12.99, which is a bit expensive, I think, for what it is. But I'm also looking for that guy, so I'm going to get the Kilobator soon as I can. But all right, so here he is, kind of a cool toy because it looks like a little baby T-Rex. The feature it has is you move the tail and the head swings over to the right and opens his mouth. And that's it. It doesn't twist or anything. You can't turn the tail and have it do something different. The feet, there's no lateral articulation in the hips. It's just forward and back, and the same things with the arms. So really $13 just for that. But if you are a collector and you're looking to kind of get everything, or you're just interested in the scientific aspect of Nanotyrannus, which has an interesting story, then it's definitely worth collecting. There's a lot of controversy over this dinosaur as to whether it actually is a separate species from Tyrannosaurus rex or a juvenile Tyrannosaurus rex. The first specimens were found in 1942, and since then there's been quite a bit of argument, and they've found only 2 or 3 specimens. And so some find certain elements of the bones with the rings, the growth rings, that indicate it is a juvenile T-Rex, maybe a fast-growing one, or others look at it and say, no, it was a slow-growing dinosaur that, is a separate species because the tooth count is different and the head is a little bit longer. But then again, there could be variations within a species. But the argument somewhat keeps going on. Initially, they thought it was a Gorgosaurus, which is another, therapsid carnivore. But I think if we're going to introduce science where it doesn't belong, that's what we're going to do today. And so the argument has been settled. It's a separate species because the toy has come out and has a separate name. So Nanotyrannus is a separate toy. Therefore, we're going to go with it's a separate species. Now, if we compare Nanotyrannus in a very unscientific way to our other T-Rex toys, we get some answers that may or may not indicate any kind of usable facts. So this is a rather recent T-Rex toy, and what I did is I measured the arm ratio to the body because Nanotyrannus is supposed to have longer arms in proportion to its body. And when we measure this out, okay, the ratio here is that this arm is 10% of the T-Rex's length, all right? The Nanotyrannus, its arm length is 20% of its length, all right? So, so definitely it's a longer arm, twice as long in comparison to the length of the dinosaur itself. But now we're going to go over to the Hammond collection, and we have a juvenile T-Rex, and we look at these arms, and clearly they are pretty long. So is it possible that juvenile T-Rexes did have longer arms in comparison to their bodies because the toy said so? Or did they just make it longer because it's convenient so that you can manipulate the toy around? All of this, of course, really means nothing, but these arms are 22% on the length of the body. So one must question, is this actually a juvenile T-Rex like it's supposed to be, or is it actually a Nanotyrannus and it was misnamed? Well, for that, we can maybe look at the head and we can say, well, is the head on the Nanotyrannus longer in comparison to the body? And clearly it is. So we're going to go with, again, the evidence based on the toys that this is a separate species, so you can play with it and have fun that it is a separate species. The teeth on this toy are molded into the skull. It's not a separate piece of plastic but they not on the top. It is on the bottom. They are separate, but it is done very well, and they have on the T-Rex usually somewhere between the fourth and sixth tooth. It is longer, and they indicated that here, which is great, pretty accurate there. And once again, they've put the scanner on the foot, which if you're going to play with this, it's going to get dirty, and then you're not going to be able to scan it. But anyway, there you go, Nanotyrannus. I think it's fun to, have a little T-Rex that they estimate could be 1,000 to 2,000 pounds and about, maybe 10 feet long. So quite a sturdy fella, so definitely wouldn't want to mess with him because 1,000 to 2,000 pounds, that's, as heavy as a large horse. And, he's got large teeth, so definitely could come at you. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Hope you can find your own Nanotyrannus.